What you lived through is not written in stone. Scientists have just demonstrated that the past can change, and you are not prepared for what that means. Today, you're going to discover why your mind might be receiving signals from the future without you even realizing it. Stay until the end to understand how this can break your programming. Reality is not a straight line. What you were taught as a child about the past, the present, and the future is a simplified version designed so you fit in, obey, and don't look beyond your programming. But now we know that's not how it works. A recent experiment, conducted with a beam of light split in two, revealed something disturbing. A measurement made in the future altered the results of the past. Literally, photons behaved differently before being measured, as if the future were editing the past. This is not theory, it's evidence. The system relies on the illusion of cause and effect. Productivity, control, routine all depend on you believing everything follows a fixed order. But science is beginning to show there is no such order. There are invisible connections between who you were and who you have not yet been. You are not trapped in a logical sequence, you exist inside a network where events feed back into each other, where what you think already happened may be rewriting itself right now. Who is writing that story? Perhaps you yourself, from a deeper, freer, more unknown place. Researchers discovered that the body reacts to emotional events before they occur. Monitors recorded pupil dilation, changes in heart rate, and electrical variations in the skin seconds before a strong image appeared on a screen. Not after, before. The body knew. Without logic, without traditional explanation, without linearity. This reaction was recorded even before the computer system randomly selected the image. All of this suggests a synchrony between the body and what has not yet happened. What we call time is a stage play. Modern anxiety is born precisely from that mental prison. You believe you can't change anything because what happened already happened and what's coming is uncertain. But all of that collapses when your body proves it knows things before you do. The system forces you to live in fragments. It divides your past into trauma, your present into tasks, and your future into fear. But the deeper mind, the one that hasn't been domesticated, remains connected to a wider timeline. That mind remembers things that haven't happened yet. And it does so without asking permission. The future is not a distant place. It is already leaking into your present, in your dreams, in spontaneous thoughts. In those moments of silence when something shakes you for no apparent reason, most people ignore it, bury it, dismiss it as imagination. But it is not imagination. It is information that doesn't fit into the calendar. Eric Wargo understands this with brutal clarity. Many dreams are not empty symbols, but messages traveling from your own future. You are speaking to yourself from what you have not yet lived. The problem is that you don't know how to listen. Routine anesthetizes. It erodes perception. What doesn't fit daily logic is discarded without consideration. And yet it's there. People who dream of exact places they have never been. People who write things that later appear in headlines. Tiny details stored by the mind before they occur. This is not a rare ability, it's something that was always there. You just forgot. You were taught to despise the invisible, to ignore what can be controlled or loudly proven. J.W. Dunn demonstrated this over a century ago. He meticulously recorded dreams and compared them with real events, discovering a disturbing pattern. The visions were not only about tragedies or intense moments, they were ordinary images, mundane details with no apparent value that later occurred exactly the same way. The most unsettling part wasn't the content, but how it revealed itself mixed with memories, disguised as triviality, as if time were hiding the pieces. But it wasn't a game, it was a warning. Time is not a sequence, it's a fractured structure where everything touches. The more detailed the dream journals became, the clearer what culture refuses to accept appeared. The mind does not operate within linear time. It jumps, connects, perceives before reason allows it. Past and future coexist within you. Your consciousness can touch them, but the system needs you to forget that. It needs you to wake up to alarms, run on autopilot, ignore dream traces because they're useless, but they're not. They remind you that you are not trapped. They shatter the idea that you can't change what happened because even that may be changing now. Asterisk asterisk, this is not a mental trick. It's not an esoteric delusion. There are experiences that pierce the wall of time, cracks even the most orthodox scientists can't seal. Ordinary people, with no training at all, have described events, places, voices, emotions, before living them, and what's most disturbing is that they didn't realize it until afterward, as if part of them had awakened early, as if something were whispering from the other side of the timeline, the line the system wants you to believe is rigid, absolute, unquestionable. Asterisk asterisk, this is not a gift reserved for a few. It's not a mystical talent. It's a natural capacity silenced by the modern way of life, a sensitivity incompatible with production logic, with the dictatorship of usefulness, with performance slavery. Because if you can access your own future, sense it, even alter it, you no longer need to obey instructions written by others. And that's dangerous for a world that requires you to stay asleep. Asterisk asterisk, time, as you understand it, is a cage. You experience it as an imposed sequence because that's how you were taught from childhood. But consciousness is not made of clocks. It lives in simultaneity, something your rational mind can't grasp, but your body can. The intuition you ignore, the hunch you dismiss, the memory you haven't lived yet. All of it exists within the same matrix that defies the artificial order you are trained to accept. Asterisk asterisk, even in altered states like lucid dreaming or conscious projection, many people have accessed exact details of events not yet lived, not as blurred visions, but as if they had already been there, places they'd never known, scenes that later occurred, words repeated with surgical precision. Coincidence? The system will always call it that. It needs you to believe that only what can be proven matters, but there is an underground, latent reality that does not need permission to manifest. It only needs you to stop distracting yourself. Asterisk asterisk, the problem isn't whether you can see the future. The problem is that the future can also see you, and it is, every moment, sending signals through your thoughts, your dreams, your body, trying to warn you that you are not lost, that the victim narrative isn't the whole truth. What you call intuition is far more than a hunch. It is your own voice shouting from what's to come. But to hear it, you must disobey. Disobey urgency, screens, accumulated exhaustion, the false need to produce nonstop. Asterisk asterisk, awakening doesn't happen because you understand this. It happens when you decide to stop playing the game, when you accept that what you lived can transform, that your past is not a chain, but living matter capable of change, that the future is not a threat, but an opportunity to rebuild, and that the mind, once freed from obedience, can begin revealing what time was never meant to show you. Asterisk asterisk, time is not a line. It's a trap, and you are beginning to break it. If something stirred within you, don't forget to subscribe, activate the bell, explore more content on the channel, and comment if you felt that pull you can't explain.